Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Occasionally Relevant Gaming Show. And again, this might be one of those occasions.
Man, we're getting way too relevant. We may have to change the name of the show.
No, I'm just going to make a whole bunch of useless episodes after this.
Okay, that's what it is.
We got to balance it out. So I'm your host, Phil D.
And I'm Scott G.
And we're here to talk about mugenics, actually.
So not all that relevant, I guess.
Let's break up the mood here and talk about the most irrelevant thing possible, a canceled game from an indie developer that very few people give a shit about.
Right.
Actually, I think a lot of people like Team Meat.
Absolutely,
you know?
yeah, especially at the time that that was, making the rounds.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like a big deal. People were really like excited for this game that literally all it did was just got a really catchy trailer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You guys should look it up. I'm really just making a joke here, but I'm a real big fan of the other Team Meat games. So
Absolutely.
like Binding of Isaac and
Super Meat Boy
specifically.
Yeah.
And those the two guys, I think Team Meat was only two individuals before Nicholas started helping them out, but they were supposed to release a game that was a cat breeding and fighting and farming simulator. I don't know, it was like
can't imagine how that wouldn't There are no problems with that at all. People wouldn't go fucking crazy over the,
It's not like it's called mugenics.
Yeah, right.
But look up the trailer, guys. Mugenics. I'm not even gonna ruin the little song.
That's a catchy song,
yeah,
man.
The song is hilarious.
Yeah.
I was excited just based on it. My girlfriend at the time would just sing the song. She didn't even care. She just sang the song.
Absolutely.
No, so back to our topic.
But that leads us, like we were talking about last episode, about hype.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, so that game was super hyped.
It got real hyped, yeah.
And it never came out.
Which they address this game. I can't remember. Is it Indie Game? Is that the name of that
developer? Or
no. It's like a documentary.
Oh yeah.
I think they address it in Indie Game, unless I'm crazy here. If not, then I watched some other thing about Team Meat.
Well, yeah, about to say. I mean, Team Meat was involved in that, so that may have just been it. I don't know if they mentioned that game.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
It might have been another video that I watched, but they were definitely part of that Indie Game documentary. But basically, this game that they came up with an original concept and put the trailer out, and it seemed like a cool idea. Got a lot of hype because everybody loved Team Meat at the time. Everybody loved that meat.
Everybody loved the meat.
And
couldn't get enough meat.
It turns out the concept that they wanted to make was a little bit too difficult for two people to develop, especially with any kind of a timely fashion. So it never happened. It was vaporware simply because it could not be reasoned. Like they couldn't figure out the
way to make the mechanics work.
It was too complex of too many ideas layered on top of each other, so they kind of gave up on it, and that sucks. I mean, that really sucks, having to abandon a project that you love like that. But it also sucked for, all the people like me that were really hype about this new game.
Absolutely, yeah.
Gone. Just gone.
And that's how hype can be bad.
But I think at the moment, hype is doing some positives for the gaming industry.
Yeah. So that's our segue. Seguis.
You ain't gotta point it out.
Yeah.
Man, we're trying to
I like to, man. I just get too excited.
You get so excited.
I get so excited. I can't wait. I feel like I'm holding it in, and I'm just like, hey, did you see that segue? Woo!
We stuck the landing. So,
anyways.
And then immediately fell on our face.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the new consoles, last time we were talking about the prices of everything and
how
nothing
prices.
had been revealed. At this point, we have some developments, and really that's only in half of the camps, and that's on both PC and console side of things.
Yeah.
We know what the NVIDIA cards are and what they cost.
Okay.
We know what the Xbox consoles are and what they cost.
Mm-hmm.
We have release dates for all this stuff. We have pricing for all this stuff. We have the plan for the general shenanigans for all this.
And is the PS5, is that price officially released, or are people just speculating
They're
at this point?
Still speculating.
Okay.
Which is
But
weird.
with the prices of the Xbox, we're expecting them to like match, if not be kind of within that same range.
It doesn't make any sense for Sony to bring out a box at an extra $100.
Yeah.
Because I don't see their console being $100 more powerful
Yeah.
than the Xbox Series X.
Okay.
I definitely see the value of it being worth $100 more personally. Being a Sony guy, being fully invested in the PSVR. Having quite a back catalog, getting that upgrade. To me, it's almost like getting an upgrade on a PC at this point, because which some Xbox guys are looking at this. They have this back catalog, and they get the new Xbox. They get the upgrade of their old games. If you care about that, you care about that.
Right.
And I happen to, mostly because of PSVR and because of the first-party Sony games that not only backwards compat, but also looking forward, their shit's there.
Yeah.
To me, $600 is worth it. Not to everybody.
Not to everybody, And
I can see people that aren't as console aligned looking at a $600 PS5 and going, I don't know, I'll just get the Xbox.
Yeah.
I don't care. I just want to play
because
FIFA.
what are the prices for the Xbox at this point? Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
So $500 for the big boy, the Series X, and then $300 for the S, the Series S.
Yeah.
Which the Series S is on very close to on par with the Xbox One X, a little bit less in certain aspects, and then a little bit better in others.
Yeah.
It's
you were saying that it wasn't going to be like 4K support.
Yeah, they're not trying to go for 4K. It's probably a 4K Blu-ray player. I don't see it. Wait, no, it doesn't have a disc.
If you don't, and if you don't have
4K like Netflix. That's what I mean.
Exactly. If you don't have like a 4K TV, then it's not going to matter.
It's not going to fucking matter. Yeah, and there are a significant amount of people out there that are still running 1080p.
Yep.
And there's really not an issue with 1080p gaming. For a lot of stuff, you're as long as it has a nice anti-aliasing, then you end up getting a fairly clean image across the board. And at this point, they're talking about the Series S running 1080p at like 120 frames per second.
Yeah,
that is awesome. This is the first time period that you're getting bigger games to come out and run at higher frame rates, higher refresh rates.
That's rad.
And televisions are finally coming out that'll actually run at 120
That'll actually
hertz,
make the difference. Yeah.
So having because on the Series X, they're actually talking about like Gears of War 5's multiplayer running at 4K 120 hertz. That's amazing.
Ooh.
It's going to look real nice. And
that's the multiplayer.
That's the multiplayer.
Yeah.
I bet the single player is more geared towards 60. But that's just because they're going to push quality. They're going to crank up the ray tracing and all that.
Well, multiplayer, I would assume, would need something to like. You wouldn't want too much of a disparity between different consoles, because I imagine it would be
absolutely.
on the Xbox and the PC, and you could potentially
at this point,
play.
It's across all Xbox and PC,
all Microsoft like.
So you'd be able to play Gears 5 with people playing on Xbox One hardware, Xbox Series hardware, and PC hardware.
And you wouldn't want that much of a disparity between like that.
You wanted it to all play seamlessly,
Pretty much,
and so 60 is their target for the entire camp, which pretty much is fine, and that works there. But I mean, you upgrade to the $300 box, and you can get 120 hertz gaming if you want to do that. That's really cool.
Pretty sweet deal.
It's targeting 1080p 1440 instead of targeting 4K like the Series X and the PS5, but for $300. That's pretty solid, man. And I really like the idea of the whole, I'm not really an Xbox gamer, so I'll get a PS5, and then I'll get the cheap Xbox just to play a game or two over here because, I like this, I like that. I want to play some Killer Instinct,
Absolutely,
whatever.
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel about it at this point. Like, if I was going to get an Xbox at this point, I probably would go for the cheaper option because
why not?
Yeah. Because I'm still gonna be able to get the new games.
Yeah,
I won't.
Absolutely.
I won't be able to get the physical copies, but at the same time, I'm not that big of an Xbox guy. I probably only want a handful of games.
Absolutely, yeah. Like if they released a Mass Effect that was worth a shit or something like that. Maybe,
or at least I could potentially.
Oh,
get
you like
the,
Fable?
Yeah, Fable.
The new Fable. They're doing a Fable reboot that looks good. You
Absolutely.
know? You know, the, Halo Infinite does not look good. Old Greg over there.
Yeah. Greg.
Oh, Greg.
Greg's back. Oh, Greg.
So that's the sticky on the prices, but Microsoft pulled a fast one here, and they've come up with a completely new model, which I don't remember if I mentioned this or not. The idea of selling them like cell phones.
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah. I don't think you mentioned it in the last podcast, but we were talking about that earlier. Yeah. So go into that.
I really like this, man. I like this idea.
It's a neat little concept. I mean, I wish. Well,
yeah.
Say what the concept is, and then we'll. Yeah.
We found out that Microsoft is going to approach things a little bit more like the way that cell phone sales have been for the past, fucking decade at this point. And it's like you can lease a phone, or what is it?
Lease to own?
Lease to own a phone.
Yeah.
So
is that exactly what it is, or is it just
I'm pretty sure it's a lease. I don't think it's a rental.
Yeah.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
No,
I think I just said it that way.
I got
I'm pretty sure it's a lease situation.
Yeah.
So, for instance, and I want to say this is the tier. I could be wrong about the pricing here, but it looked like they had 3 options. So they have an Xbox One S, okay, as your low option for $25 a month, an Xbox Series S as your second option for $35 a month, and then an Xbox One or Xbox Series X for $45 a month.
Yeah, because none of those names are going to be confusing to fucking
Jesus.
consumers.
Well, but check this shit out, though.
The X.
That's the way they name iPhones. And then so you release this to the masses, to the people that buy consumer products this way. They get this naming structure.
Oh, so that's why they're doing the cell phone model.
Because it doesn't make any fucking sense to people like with a brain, So instead they were like, okay, well, let's do that dumb shit that cell phone providers do and make stupid names. And for some reason, people get it because it's a cell phone, God. So that's they're selling them like they're iPhones.
Yeah.
And if they do this model, so you could potentially walk into. Oh, by the way, these are bundled, but with this monthly plan, they are bundled with Game Pass Ultimate.
So it is like you're getting the phone service with the phone.
Yeah, you get the service too. And Game Pass Ultimate at this point includes EA Access, which EA Access is going to have a whole bunch of mainstay EA titles. I mean, it's pretty much Game Pass for EA. Okay?
Right.
So that's going to be included. And if you get Ultimate, that means you get the service on the PC as well.
Okay.
So for $25 a month, you could get an Xbox One S with Game Pass, and you'd still be able to play all the new games for like the next year, and you'd be getting Ultimate. So and if you had a PC,
literally
for
saying for like $25 a month for a specific amount of time, you could literally just have the next gen and plus like a huge library of games day one.
And if you wanted to pay $45 a month, you'd be getting the highest quality of the next gen of the Xbox.
Microsoft's doing some big dick swinging right now,
dude.
Man.
Well, but the problem is they got the big dick, but they ain't got no load for that dick.
So it's a big dick, but it's limp.
Well, it's
it's
a big limp dick.
Yeah,
you're like, well, that's impressive, but it's limp.
What am I gonna do with that?
Because I mean, Craig ain't looking good, and although I do really think that their Game Pass offering is a wonderful value, and when you look at people that are buying for a kid for the holidays,
oh, absolutely,
dude, are you kidding me?
This is one of the best plans
you're
you could
telling
potentially
me
get.
that I can go to the store and get my kid the new Xbox for $50
and get
right
all
now?
of these games,
and when he acts up in 2 months, I can return that fucking shit and stop paying that bill. This sounds great.
Yeah.
like I'm just hypothetical.
No, there's just a way to think like a dad, man. I understand.
Well, my daughter's a sweetheart, and I have her a Wii U that is full of games.
Right,
so
she's fine.
She's fine. I
She's
hacked a
taken care
Vita
of.
and a Wii U, and both of them are slap full of games.
Oh yeah.
she doesn't get the next gen shit.
No.
plus she doesn't like the big controllers. She's
yeah. Well, her hands are too tiny right now.
Anyway, the pricing structure is an entirely new model on the console side, and I think that so imagine having an Xbox representative that stands in fucking Best Buy.
Yeah.
That runs your credit just like the Verizon guy or just like the whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they stand there and they're like, okay, well, I'll hit the Microsoft server, make sure that you have enough credit for me to finance you this Xbox, and then there you go.
Yeah.
Of course, this could be done by any retail associate. I'm just saying I could see Microsoft having their own little section in Best Buy.
for at least a little bit during the launch. Yeah.
Dude, for the launch, basically.
Absolutely,
yeah, for the launch. Imagine even the first 6 months, all the way through Christmas.
There's somebody, they're like contractors that go out and they pretty much set people up for these plans. Exactly.
Major Walmarts, Best Buys, these kind
like
of places.
DirecTV and all the cable companies and shit.
Yeah. If they can pay some schmuck to stand there in some khakis
in a suit,
then there you go. It ain't a suit, it's khakis, dude. Come on, they ain't paying them that much, Scott.
No. that ain't.
If you paying a dude
that
with
ain't
this,
suit wages,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That ain't like dry cleaning, per diem, taxi wages.
Yeah,
that ain't
no.
that. You got
most of the time they're driving
they're
driving their own car.
Shit,
yeah.
like we can provide a dude with a suit. But yeah, it seems like if they set themselves up the right way, then even though I mean,
this sounds perfect for somebody like me.
It sounds perfect
Absolutely.
for a lot of normal
for a
consumers,
lot of people.
It kind of, could potentially get Sony in a roundabout way, because if you don't give a fuck about the biggest exclusives,
biggest and best,
that Sony has, then this is a
no-brainer.
This is a no-brainer, dude.
Absolutely.
And especially for the initial, how many consoles are we going to get in a house? People don't even have to continue the plan. They might give up on the plan and return the Xbox.
Absolutely.
I thought it was cool.
It's kind of a try before you rent. Yeah, again, lease to own.
Yeah.
If you don't want it, just turn it back and stop paying.
Think about those numbers they're going to get.
Oh, yeah. Especially initially.
Exactly, man.
Shoot, man. Like it's a good game plan. There's a lot of things that could potentially go wrong.
Oh, sure.
With this setup, but that's let's be
see
hopeful.
It working more than not, though.
Absolutely, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a funny one, dude. So on the PC side,
okay,
like I said, Nvidia finally revealed their situation, because I guess their cards have been getting leaked for a while now.
Yeah. So we're finally getting prices for cards too.
Yeah. This is weird though, because I think I got caught up in the situation, and I heard a specific YouTuber, Moore's Law is Dead. He's one of the best as far as PC side hardware coming out. Moore's Law is Dead is fucking dope. Plus, he has really good intro music.
Oh,
it's some
that makes a difference, man.
Yeah, it's some indie band,
especially
or something.
when you're like on the back porch marathoning, fucking YouTube like that.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you'll just need to get jolted awake. Bah.
He's got that it's like that tappy math rocky
nice.
almost. It sounds like some Chon or some
okay.
yeah. It's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was talking about this thing that's happened here, where we've been revealed the prices of the Nvidia cards. Nvidia has decided that they are kind of doing away with the Titan line, at least for now, and instead they're replacing it with a 90. Okay. So it seemed like what was happening is people were buying Titans and being confused, because Titans are technically just for creators, because they're kind of just the high-end card with a whole bunch more memory.
Right.
They're not really trying to have a lot more gaming performance, but they end up having a shit ton more compute performance.
Yeah.
So, if you're cranking out a bunch of videos, or if you need some 3D rendering, or you need to do that kind of stuff, anything CUDA related, or anything that's high memory required on a video card.
Yeah, absolutely.
CAD work.
CAD work would be good for it.
Absolutely. But it's not a Quadro. It's a middle of the run, because a Quadro costs you $6,000. A Titan might cost you $2.5, and then their high end cards will be like $700-800.
Right.
So that was their thing. So last round, the 2080 came out for $7. The 2080 Ti came out for $12,000. The Titan was, I think, $2,500. Okay. This round, there's no Titan. There's no Ti right now.
Okay.
There is a 3090 and a 3080 and a 3070 on the table.
Okay.
The 3090 is stupid and costs too much money.
It's not even gonna worry with.
It's fucking dumb.
It's just stupid.
It's huge. It looks like it weighs like fucking 20 cheeseburgers. It's
that is a lot of cheese.
It's a heavy boy. It's been eating a bunch. And it sounds like it'll eat up all your wallet because it's a $1,500 card.
Good God.
But they're also talking about that it can do fucking 8K gaming.
Gee, what?
Yeah,
what the fuck is 8K gaming?
What?
Do we even know what 8K gaming is?
Yeah, some shit that you watch Linus Tech Tips strap 4 monitors together to do. Yeah, some dumb shit. Yeah. So yeah, they're talking about a viable 8K gaming, which I don't really believe at any kind of decent whatever.
Right.
But, whatever. It's a
yeah.
thing. It might be just because of DLSS, which is an upscaling thing that they have.
Right.
DLSS is the man. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
But the 3080 is $700, which is the same price as the 2080 when it launched.
Mm-hmm.
And it's supposed to get about double performance of the 2080. Okay. The 3090 only gets another 30% on top of that.
Okay.
And it's fucking more than twice as much as the 3080. So no. Just no.
So yeah.
But,
also dumb.
But again, it's like a 24 gigabyte memory card. So if you are a creator, then that's a really good card, and it's not as much as the last version Titan.
I gotcha.
So there is a slot for that. But
absolutely.
Them trying to push it as a gaming card seems a little dumb.
Yeah.
Unless you're just
gotta have the best, latest and greatest.
Then buy 3 of them. Fuck it. I don't care. Whatever,
not my fucking money.
Yeah. Whatever.
Do what you want. Look, guys, we're just giving you the facts of this is the price.
That's right. I got 64 cheeseburgers.
You decide. Exactly.
Then there's the 3070. Now, the 3070 is a $500 card that is more powerful than, according to them, is more powerful than the 2080 Ti, which was a $1,200 card 2 years ago.
Okay.
So less than half for more performance within 2 years.
Yeah.
That is an extremely good proposition. So anybody that's just looking like I have an older video card, or I'm making a new build, I don't want the biggest, baddest, but I do want all the big features.
Want something,
For $500, you get like a card that's more powerful than what the 2 big boy consoles are.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Like in that, or at least in that range, at least.
Yeah.
With the ray tracing, with the DLSS, with all this fucking shit. So for $500, you're getting a crazy good deal. For $700, you're getting what I would consider to be also a crazy good deal. But I found out something.
What'd you find out?
Well, these are found.
Philip's in the know. Now he's going to put us in the know. We're all getting in the know. Get in the loop, guys.
That's right. But we want to get in the yes. So we're going to all get in the yes.
Get in the yes.
Instead of the no. The Founders Edition cards are what I'm talking about. So these are the cards that NVIDIA sells directly.
Right.
Okay? And these cards are not going to be as available as we would like them to be. And I had it in my head. I was like, I'm going to fucking stay up all night on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get like
literally camp out in my
camp out. I'm going to stay up for 24 hours and I'm just going to hit refresh until I can order this goddamn card. And these are going to be beefy boys.
Yeah.
They're going to have really good coolers. They look cool, which that doesn't matter that much, but it's still cool.
But anyway, yeah.
And it's direct from NVIDIA, which is nice. I've never had a non-board partner card. It's always been, MSI or, Asus or, whatever. They seem to be intentionally taking a loss on the Founders Edition cards and are going to have them at low stock so that they can push the product early to get really good reviews at this low price point.
And then when it jumps up and they have to up the price.
Well, what's going to happen is that they're never going to increase the price of the Founders Editions.
Okay.
They're just going to stop making them. Okay? Because they technically take a loss in this thing.
Yeah.
And they're going to start pushing the board partners to make some, which are going to cost more to produce because they're not going to take the loss. Now, that's not a crazy amount more. $50, $100, something in there. So, something, but not crazy.
Right.
But those cards will be very plentiful. So it seems like what they're doing right now is they're intentionally trying to push their launch first before AMD,
right?
So that they can get a whole bunch of really good press at a really good price point, and that's what the initial reviews say. Look at this price, look at this performance. Oh, it's so good.
Oh boy, it's so fun.
In a month and a half,
right,
we're gonna have a slightly increased price. Still great performance. The performance is there, and I'm not downplaying that. But by that time, we'll know what AMD's doing. They'll fully have their cards out, and it might not be as fucking competitive as it is right now, or I mean, as clear cut. It might be more competitive. That's what I'm trying to say.
So someone's they're still playing price chicken.
They're
to some
still
degree.
playing price chicken, except right now Nvidia just kind of did that thing, and we're like, no, we got here first. Oh, we got here first. And if AMD actually comes out with a card that is competitive in performance and in price to these Nvidia cards, then we might be seeing a price decrease. So I've actually decided I'm going to play it smart. I'm not going to get this card as soon as it comes out. I'm going to see what happens with AMD, and then in October, when the board partner cards are easy to get, I'm going to see how all this levels out in prices.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think that's the smart move when it comes to this. Speaking of the limited thing, though, was there? So the whole kind of moving on, just kind of trying to jump off that.
Yeah, because that was pretty much all I had to say about it.
I got you.
It's at a point where I'm realizing they're playing a bait and switch. That's it. Yeah.
So this whole thing about we had the 35 years of Mario.
Oh yeah.
And it's really cool. I'm happy about it. I already have most of those games.
Yeah.
So I'm not really worried about like rebuying them. But there's some really cool stuff happening. Like I've never played 3D World.
Oh,
I'd be interested to play that.
Oh, man. Yeah, I like that game.
3D World seems cool.
Yeah.
But I recently got or pre-ordered the Super Mario 3D All-Stars.
Yeah.
Because I had never played Galaxy either. And I really like 64 and Sunshine. So I'm like, okay, well, that's fucking perfect. But they're doing a limited physical release. What the fuck is up? That's the only reason. I'm telling you this for real. I never pre-order games.
That's it.
I never pre-order games. This is the only reason that I have pre-ordered this game.
Hey, man. I've intentionally not told you this.
Yeah.
I found something out.
Oh, really?
It's not just the physical version.
It's the digital version as well? I thought it was just the physical release. That's fucking stupid. That's fucking stupid. Why would you
live reaction?
God damn it. Why the fuck? That doesn't make any sense.
I know.
Why would you take that game away? Why is there a time limit on a game?
6 months.
God.
Yeah, at least they're not going to run out of copies of the digital version like they already are running out of copies for pre-order.
Yeah, I did see that over in the UK. The pre-orders, they've had to cancel a lot of pre-orders because they've run out of stock. And that's kind of fucking scary. I really hope I get my fucking game.
You should be fine. I wouldn't worry about it too much on that because I'm pretty sure those are small stores that have a limited amount of stock that they can get. Because
I got you.
Nintendo will only give. I mean, GameStop's GameStop.
Yeah.
What they do is they get 200,000 copies or whatever, and then they just send them to the stores they need. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like they fulfill the orders. A small company will only be able to. You can
like
only get 25 of them.
Yeah.
You can only get 25 of them, and that might be a high number to be honest. You know, I don't know what an actual number would be, but yeah, so they end up limiting what you're allowed to get.
Right.
In certain instances, and that is exactly scary. It is scary.
Well, like. again, why would you limit your sales? Because I mean,
why would you fucking have a timed digital release? That doesn't make any goddamn sense. You know.
Like, I could understand to some degree if it was just physical. That's still fucking stupid.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean that there is a fucking system seller.
Yeah, it is.
Like like 100%. There's enough people that love all three of those games enough that they will potentially buy a fucking Switch to play those games.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's going to be a lot of people that are just purchasing it to scalp it. You know, they're just getting it so that they can
That's
resell
the
it
thing
later.
that kind of pisses me off and that I'm scared of. And that's why I wanted to go ahead and fucking make sure I could get that shit.
So you don't get gouged later.
Exactly. Because seriously, I mean, it's already $60 right now. Right now, it's $60 fucking dollars.
Yeah.
Okay, which is pretty fucking good price. Yeah. But dude, as soon as that 6 months is up, I guarantee you eBay is going to be flooded with Super Mario 3D All-Stars, $150, $200.
Man, you
know, fucking stupid.
I don't know, man. I don't know
how to process that.
Well, with the digital,
I mean, I really didn't have anything other to say than that's fucking
just
stupid.
Bullshit.
I don't really get it. Yeah, that's. I just wanted to vent a little bit because that's fucking stupid. But I can't wait to play that. It's going to be a fun game.
Yeah. So, what do you think about these Nintendo Switch Pro 4K rumor things?
I don't.
You don't?
I don't. I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like I don't have a 4K TV, and plus, if it's all it's going to be is just a like graphical upgrade, then I'm not too worried about it. As long as they don't do the whole thing where like new 3DS kind of thing where
games require
require the actual system.
I don't think they'll do that, but
I do think they will too. I mean, I think that's just stupid. But
I do think they'll make their games prettier on the Pro. They'll do
yeah,
the same thing.
And that's fine. And if you care about that kind of thing, but I mean, I'm playing mostly retro shit anyway.
So here's a cool one. What I was talking about DLSS on the NVIDIA side of things with the cards, that is potentially the way that they're going to get 4K out of a Pro Switch.
Oh, okay.
Using NVIDIA's new DLSS technology on the Tegra
so they're just
chips.
they're just upgrading the innards. Like that's all it is. They're just taking the stuff that's available now that wasn't available when they when they released it 5-6 years ago. You know,
they said something about it being
just upgrading it a little bit
on par with like a PS4.
I mean, I guess if there's a way, like if it's essentially the same system, you know, this isn't a completely new system, this is an upgrade. Maybe there's like a trade-in, like, hey, you already have a Switch, but if you trade it in, you get like X amount of dollars, you know, depending on how much, I guess you could get with a trade-in if you're trading it in for the upgrade, would decide whether or not I would really care. But at this point, I don't.
See,
I just don't even think about it.
That's exactly how I feel about the Series X. If I can trade in my Xbox One X for a significant portion towards the Series X, then I'll do that, and I'll get a Series X just to have the
latest and greatest. Yeah, why not?
But that's only if I can get a good knockoff from what I have.
Yeah, it's going to have to be pretty fucking significant.
Yeah, like half.
Yeah, at least half.
Like fucking half. Jeez, man. Yeah. I mean, if you could trade in a Xbox One X for $250 towards a $500 Series X. That's pretty solid.
That's not bad.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully Microsoft does that, because at this point they don't have Series X's on the market, so I could still see them being a good deal for instance, GameStop to sell used.
Oh yeah,
right?
Absolutely, yeah.
But I don't know, man. With the thing is, the Xbox One X is actually targeting 4K, and the Series S is not. So potentially there are going to be people that would rather have a One X than a Series S. Fuck these names.
Yes. That's the general feeling of this episode is just fuck these names. Xbox, get your name and shit figured out.
I mean, I had to use a large portion of my concentration to make sure I got those names correct.
Names right. God.
But
anyway,
it's it's cool though, because these new consoles using the DLSS function though could potentially get 4K out of lower quality things. That's a really cool thing.
I got you.
The new that are being released and the potential Switch Pro means that you can have a modest amount of heat output and energy input to get 4K output, because you're not actually rendering all that. You're just upscaling it with AI.
Absolutely.
And in that regard, then that means that like having a super high res Switch screen, and that'd be cool.
That'd be neat. I'd be down with it. Yeah.
It'd be great if the games that are already on Switch just natively work at a higher resolution too.
Yeah.
Don't have to have a patch. They're just work
immediate.
better.
Yeah. Or even if you did have to do like an update, I mean, most of the time that shit updates automatically anyway.
Yeah, but that would kind of make that upgrade worth it for, again, the people that want the latest and greatest.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
But and at that point, that might make me go out and buy a Switch.
Oh yeah, I feel you there.
Because like I said, I've been playing my Wii U. I like that. I got Breath of the Wild on it. And I do like that, but. There still isn't a crazy amount of Switch titles that make me want to go get it.
Just run out and get it at this point. I got you. I understand.
Handful of them.
There's really only there was a pretty big gap for me.
Yeah.
I think last year where there wasn't really anything that I was like super excited about. Here recently, I've heard some things. So yeah, that was another thing that I wanted to kind of mention: the announcement of Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity.
Yeah,
that looks great.
Yep, the
that
prequel
looks
to Breath of the Wild.
Super fun. Yeah, and that's kind of the big deal about it, is that for Breath of the Wild, the story elements are so sparse, and you don't really, you kind of piece together the more important things that you need to know for that specific situation, but you don't really get a lot of detail. So this is supposedly going to be filling in those gaps about like what did happen 100 years ago when the calamity first befell Hyrule.
You're the same
How
Link.
did we get? Yeah, you're the same Link.
Yeah.
You were just put to sleep. You went Betty by for a little while. And but this is like, your actual journey with Zelda, and the champions, and it's that,
and it'll potentially explain why she's trapped now in the well better,
that's all it is. It's just like, hey, you already basically know what's going.
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen.
I just started
this is just
Breath of
a
the
framing.
Wild. I understand what happened.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Big bad Ganon
this
take
is just
over
a framing
castle.
device
Zelda hold him back.
for really big like battles. That's all it is. It's just the perfect time.
Just in case people don't know about Hyrule Warriors, it's a Muso, so it's
a Dynasty Warriors, with the
Orochi
Zelda
Warriors.
That's what
it's that kind of game. Although it's probably the coolest one.
Yeah, absolutely. I've loved the last one, and I'm super hyped for this. This is probably the game that I am like really the most looking forward to at this point. And it's coming out in November, so yay!
Oh, yeah.
So real soon. It's not like we're having to. It's not like what is it, that fucking Suikoden spiritual successor?
What's that called?
Eoden Chronicles.
Yeah. Oh my
That's
God.
not coming out till like the release date that they have on the Kickstarter right now. Like, I'm super fucking hyped for that, but it's not coming out till 2022. So like, that's a long wait. I'm really trying not to worry about that one at this point. I'm just like, no, they'll remind me.
Eoden Chronicles.
Eoden Chronicles.
Yeah,
that looks fucking rad.
Especially if you're a fan of like PlayStation era RPGs,
which I am.
It just, oh man, it's got that like Breath of Fire 3, Suikoden,
dude, the art style is so fucking beautiful, dude. It's so good.
Ogre battle,
like
absolutely. All that kind of like really great that era pixel art, but it's just to the max. It's like if you took those kind of RPGs, but you did the Dragon's Crown treatment to them, like the way Dragon's Crown did to like fantasy beat 'em ups.
Absolutely,
just full on, just animation city, super effects,
guys. Look up this trailer, man.
Eoden Chronicles, man.
Yeah, that looks it looks really good.
Yeah,
but we're not gonna see it for another 2 fucking years.
So
Hyrule Warriors.
Before we go, you got couple of games that you're looking forward to?
Yeah. Let's start up a new segment. What have we been playing this week?
Well, like I said, I've been playing Breath of the Wild and I love it.
Yeah,
that's really mostly that and Pikmin 3.
Oh yeah. You let me play around a little bit with Pikmin 3 because I hadn't played it on the Wii U, and dude, the pad support on that game is fucking beautiful.
They're married.
It's the best way to play a Pikmin game.
Ooh, it's so good. Yeah.
I kind of hate that the touchscreen support for the Switch is just non-existent.
Yeah,
for real.
man.
Like, I mean, it's there. You can do it, but it sucks, and you get smears all over your screen. Fuck that. I can't have smears on my screen.
You don't want smears, dude.
Yeah.
Smears.
But yeah,
I've mostly been playing those two, though.
Yeah, but Breath of the Wild, how you feeling about it right now?
I don't like the item degradation, the weapon degradation.
The weapon, yeah. I think universally that's like the one thing that everyone's like, yeah,
that's the thing I don't like, man. Yeah. I don't like that. I don't like that he just likes to grab onto stuff that you don't want to grab onto.
Oh, yeah. If you run into any surface,
he's so grabby.
He's just like, oh, you want to climb? God. You want to climb? I love climbing. Yeah.
Smack Link on the back of the hand all the time.
Yeah.
But, those aren't that bad. You can get over them.
Yeah, pretty easily. Yeah.
I just have to be smart about my weapon choices and smart about where I jump.
Absolutely.
But other than that, I really like the game.
Absolutely.
I just think on the Wii U it has some bad frame rate problems. So that's
which really aren't there in the Switch version.
Yeah.
I mean, if like I said, I mean, a couple of like really really hectic battles, you might get a little bit of frame drop, but other than that, man, it's not even worth worrying about.
But I'm at a point with that game where I wonder whether I want to keep going or if I want to start playing it emulated, because I can emulate it at 4K 60, without a problem.
Yeah.
And then once I get a new card, then I can do the ray tracing with it too, with reshade.
Ooh, but that makes it real pretty.
Oh, it's just gorgeous. Yeah. It's just that's I'm at a point though where I'm kind of hooked.
Yeah.
So it'll draw you in, dude. If I don't let go now, then it's never gonna happen.
Right.
So I'm back and forth on this, man. If I could just see the way it looks on PC, I bet it would make me stop playing it on
the Wii.
On the Wii.
Yeah.
But since I have a copy of it for Wii U now I can just do it, no problem. And but yeah, other than that, man, I've been trying to beat Metal Gear Solid 5 because I finally have
the time.
come to terms with my denial about the game.
Oh, really?
I think that's for another podcast.
Yeah, we'll go deeper into that.
This is a long explanation, guys, but I've been in complete denial about Metal Gear Solid 5 for a number of years, and now I finally have figured it out. And
you've accepted.
That's right. I'm in the last stage
You're
now.
In the last stage.
So I'm coming back to it.
Cool.
I can exist with it. It's okay.
Well, fun. Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I really haven't been playing that much.
I got you. I have been so I restarted a playthrough on Breath of the Wild, and I feel like once say Hyrule Warriors comes out in November, so we'll probably do like a Breath of the Wild, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity episode, so keep your ears out for that one.
Yeah.
But I have actually been playing a lot of this new old game. So this game came out in like 95 for like the PlayStation. Okay, it's called Moon. But it was never translated. It was never released outside of Japan. And it is an anti-RPG. Now, I've heard a lot of people talk about like how this like kind of it plays like an RPG. It really doesn't.
But you're somebody's auntie.
Yeah, but you're somebody's auntie. That's what it is. It is a really cool game, okay? And for the time, it must have been incredibly innovative because it does kind of like invert a lot of the mechanics for an RPG, and it really does satire, and that's really the right word because it's not really a parody, okay? This isn't like your Earthbounds or like this is a complete like parody and subversion of
what
an RPG is,
because you're fixing what the main character fucks up, right?
Yeah. This is pretty much based in a world that is supposed to be a lot like Dragon Quest. Okay,
yeah.
So it's really riffing on specifically like from that era of RPG.
Yeah.
Okay, like so Dragon Quest, early Final Fantasy, stuff like that. So you are a little kid, JRPGs essentially, yeah. But like, so you are a kid and you're playing your game station, because that's what it's called.
Nice.
And you get sucked into the TV. Well, when you enter this world, you essentially get sucked into the game that you're playing. So when you enter this world, you are invisible to everyone. No one can see you. They can hear you. You can walk up to them and like say something. They'll just look at the person next to them. Hey, did you say something? Nah, man, shut the fuck up. I'm paraphrasing there. But so you end up running into this old lady who gives you clothes, and now people can see you. So now you can interact with the world, and you get summoned by this like king dude that's just a floating head, like a 3D floating head with like planets like on his head.
Oh, so
and shit.
It's the king from damn it.
What is it?
Man, what's the guy that rolls the ball around?
Oh, Katamari.
Katamari. It's the king from Katamari.
Yeah, it's the Katamari thing. But he pretty much charges. He pretty much says, "Hey, look, this hero dude's being a dick. Go fix his shit. Like, go save the souls of these monsters, these innocent animals that he's been killing. This dude's just been running around killing innocent animals.
You gotta get that XP and pelts, man.
Exactly, and going through other people's like drawers and shit, and just stealing their stuff. He's just being an asshole.
Yeah.
So you're pretty much going around trying to fix all the shit that he's fucked up. And it's interesting. I like the mechanic. It does play instead of it playing like a actual RPG, because you don't level up. You don't ever fight. You're never in a battle. So it ends up working a lot like an adventure game.
Okay.
And a lot of that where it's just like, okay, so you'll see a soul in the world, and a lot of times you can just go up and kind of grab them, and it's really funny when you catch them. Because it looks like he's just tickling him, and he says the little thing, and he's just like, "Got you," and it's
Nice.
and it's adorable, and I love it every time. But
well, you tickle ghosts.
And there will be some spirits though that you won't see on the map, so you have to go to the body. Okay, so the body's just still in the world, and it'll give you like an information, and you're supposed to use that to decode how you get the spirit. So.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this kind of plays more like an adventure game, kind of a, hey, I need this thing to rub on this thing so I can rub that thing on this thing and complete the, objective.
You take cats and rub them on cats.
That's right.
I got you.
But it's fun, and the world itself, the aesthetic of it is very charming. Like your character, the world itself is very much that kind of like, I don't want to say pixel arty, but it's like that more cartoonish like PS1 era, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. But the monsters and all this surreal supernatural shit all look like fucking Clay Fighter.
Weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
Levi would hate it.
Yeah, it's a really weird aesthetic, man.
Yeah.
But I love it.
What
I
year
think it's
did it
great.
come out?
95, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So
yeah. Man, that's awesome.
And it is
Moon.
It is an experience. It is very slow paced.
Mm-hmm.
That too. People got to go in. You're supposed to take your time with this shit. But also for people that don't know, because apparently this has gamed over a lot of people, including myself, you don't really have life. You have a timer.
Oh.
Okay. So at a certain, and the way you level up is you get love from people by completing quests and like saving the monsters and stuff. They give you love, and the more love you have, the longer you can stay awake.
They give me love.
Yeah.
Love.
Right, exactly. So anyways, but you start out with this small amount that you can actually run around and actually get shit done. So there isn't a lot that you can get done within a day. But if you reach the end of that day, it game overs you.
Yeah, see,
and you lose all your progress. So make sure you fucking save.
See, that reminds me of the way Pikmin is, because I realize Pikmin has that day timer.
Yeah.
And if you aren't good at the game, I'm sure it'd get up on you and fuck you up.
It can, dude. Like, there's been a couple of times where I'm just like, oh shit, I'm
just get
kinda,
it done. Yeah.
I'm on a roll and I'm getting shit done, and then all of a sudden, oh no, I got to make it back to the house so I can get to bed.
Yeah,
or I'm about to lose all this progress.
Yep. Man, so this is Moon, right?
Moon. It is an experience, man. I would suggest anybody who's even vaguely interested in RPG or even adventure games or whatever, are just interested in unique stuff that we, it is an experience.
Yeah. Moon, man. Not related to the Sam Rockwell film.
No, not at all. And that is one of those those titles that's really awkward to Google.
Moon game. They're like, Moon game. There's a lot of games about the moon.
Well, and really
you
funny. You
want to play a game about the moon?
Dude, I got real bad stuck recently. Like, I'm still kind of stuck on this
on Moon game.
In this game, and I was about to and I was just like, you know what? I just want to progress. Well, let me see if I can find a walkthrough.
Hit that game facts.
There are no walkthroughs.
Oh. Well, Scott, you might need to pave a way.
So, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm probably going to have to... I'm going to have to get a capture card.
I bet you could find one in fucking Japanese.
Yeah.
Hit it through Google Translate. And
then for real. I'll just have to... Okay.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Just go each line through Google Translate.
Well, I'm learning Japanese so that I can beat this game.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm that invested, but...
Yeah.
But hey, whatever. But yeah, anyways, check it out, guys.
The only other thing I really wanted to address really quickly is that I think the 5th or the 6th of next month, Star Wars Squadrons comes out.
Ooh, boy.
And that's really the first hot game coming out. That one and Cyberpunk are the two that I'm the most excited about.
Oh, yeah. I really want to see someone else play Cyberpunk before I invest in.
Oh, well, I'll have it.
Yeah.
Come right over.
Yeah, that's I just want to see how,
looks amazing.
Yeah.
Looks right up my alley. But yeah, that's about it. I'm just super excited about Squadrons because I mean it's a flight sim in the Star Wars universe, and now they've confirmed that you get hands-on throttle and stick support.
And that's one of the best parts.
Flight stick, and man, playing I get to drive a TIE fighter, guys.
Heck yeah, dude.
Ooh. Yeah, dude. Can't wait.
Absolutely.
But other than that, I don't know, man. You got anything else?
No, not really. I'm just again doing the replay through Breath of the Wild, and I'm sure at some point, at this point, me and you are pretty much at the same spot.
Which that's funny. Yeah.
You know, so I figure by the time, again, Hyrule Warriors comes out, we'll be able to do like a retrospective and like a, review.
Well, we'll do at least one more episode between now and then.
Absolutely.
So
if anything, we'll probably just try to keep it a little less relevant, just so we don't have to change the name.
Man, yeah, we're kind of screwing ourselves.
I know. We may have to just change it to the frequently relevant gaming show.
No, we won't do it. We'll get less relevant. Okay, I'll start talking about obscure things.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So look forward to our more obscure episodes.
That's right. I'm gonna do a whole episode about Otogi.
Oh God.
What's up, guys? Really Otogi 2. That's the one.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Absolutely.
Man from Software. Why don't you make action games anymore? So I don't mean anything by it. Please keep doing what you're doing. I love you, From Software.
Absolutely,
I know that you listen. I know that Miyazaki listens to our podcast regularly, and
totally.
Would
be
disappointed greatly if I had disparaging words for his work. So
right. So
I have to take that back. But no, thank you guys. We'll be back in the next week or so, and we'll keep it less relevant.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, check us out on Anchor, Spotify, and on YouTube. Also, check out our other Laser Punch podcasts, the Man Cinemists Show and the Sitting Too Close to the TV. I know I've been really procrastinating on getting that second episode out, guys. I'm really sorry, but I think I've got a pretty good, really exciting surprise. I'm going to be looking at the first season and the movie of the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
So, yeah, really excited about that. That's going to be a lot of fun.
And we'll be doing a Mad Cinemist episode on
Wild Zero.
Yeah, we're about to.
We're gonna get drunk.
We're gonna get a little drunk and watch Wild Zero and record another podcast.
Check that out. That'll be out on Monday, guys.
All right, y'all take it easy.
Latest.